Okay, so here I am still at LinkedIn, and this is Mathieu Bastian, who is the creator of Gephi. So the first question is, why did you do it?
It's an interesting story about my professor in 2007. We had these large web graphs, and there was really no tool to visualize such large graphs. So we just decided to create our own tool. That's the story. And then we had the Google Summer of Code that brought a lot of students and passionate computer science students to the project, and that's how it really started then and became like an open source community. Um, yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like it really is a community in that people who use Gephi both kind of report back what the results are, but they also create plugins and other things. So what are kind of the neat either examples of applications or plugins that you think were especially like you didn't anticipate?
Yes, I mean plugins is one of our core mission. We try to have a tool that is extensible, and that like networks are really everywhere. You can have networks of software code and networks of emails and social networks. So at the beginning, we really knew that there would be tons of other applications for not just the core of network graphs. And so we knew that people would like to extend Gephi for their particular applications and data. So that's why we created this modular architecture. And it really is interesting to see people creating like plugins to get like networks, multimodal networks, or streaming. So we had this great graph streaming plugin that was created, and you can basically see Gephi having data streamed live to it and also streamed out of it. So it became more like a platform to monitor networks, and that was really a breakthrough. And there was this great example of the Egyptian revolution that Andre Panisson recorded live when all the tweets were coming in, and he saw this network construct on real time. That was really a breakthrough for Gephi and the community.
Okay, we'll have to get a pointer to that to show the students. Um, so I guess if it's not asking too much, how did you come to be at LinkedIn, and how has social network analysis and perhaps Gephi in particular served you in whatever you might be doing here?
Yes, so I'm a data scientist here, and we looked at graphs a lot, but that's not the main reason why I'm here. I think one of the main reasons is that when you work on graphs, and in particular in Gephi, you have a lot of interesting challenges for computer scientists. And how do you store and retrieve large graph structure? How do you visualize millions of elements on a screen? How do you create an application that can be executed on all the platforms? You learn a lot by doing this. So I learned a lot on just by coding basically, and that's how I became like more an expert in this area, and that's how they got me. So if there is any like computer science students who is interested in having some interesting coding challenges, we are having a Google Summer of Code every year now, and we are inviting students to participate and just show their skills and participate to the community.
Cool. So we'll get a pointer to that as well and share it with the students. So thanks for taking the time.
Thank you very much.
Sure.